The Princess of Wales obviously now realises this original message from His Majesty the King was indeed the right and correct thing to do regarding her recent health scare. As ever though, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, I can. It's really sunny actually at the moment. It's nice though, isn't it? I know. Nice bit of free vitamin D, as I often say. It's not that strong, but it just feels better to be in the sun, doesn't it? You feel better, don't you, looking at this sun? I can tell. Yes, well, I mean, it saves buying the oranges, doesn't it? Told you about that debacle with my oranges recently, didn't I? Yes, I bought a bag full of pips. Said it was seedless, steaming, especially when you bought it, because you can't be bothered, can you? And when you find pips, isn't that annoying? I know, I'm right, aren't I? By the way, let's get back to your royal story of the day. Thank you so much for your comments regarding that ridiculous claim by some alleged royal experts, which thankfully didn't get picked up too much around the world, but of course it's still out there in the public domain. This was, in case you hadn't seen it, of course, the debacle regarding the Princess of Wales and how apparently she's in hospital for all plethora of things, everything from allegedly a booze problem, and it's just madness, isn't it? Catherine barely drinks, let me tell you. And the other side of it was, of course, a mental breakdown, or alluded to by certain individuals on national television. Now, one of the things, as I told you, before, was all about really how you have to be very careful. Doesn't matter whether you're a celebrity or not. You might as well nip the story in the bud. And I'm not suggesting for one moment it's Catherine's privacy, it's Catherine's life. She can do, what she wishes. She is the Princess of Wales. But it does lead to all this speculation. I've been told by a very good source now inside the palace that Catherine was indeed, shall we say, should have taken heed of the advice His Majesty the King absolutely passed on to her. You see, what he did was to try and deflect by announcing his, health scare problem, whatever you want to call it, also on the same day within a matter of hours. That was the kindness of His Majesty the King. That's how much he thinks, of course, of the Princess of Wales. But she wanted to keep this private, and this is now what's happened. According to that well-placed source, basically Catherine feels, and I did say this would happen, that at some point she's going to have to address this particular issue in the public domain to stop those rumours swirling round forever now. This is the problem. But of course, listening to His Majesty the King, who's got a lot of sage time, as it were, he knows how this operates, and he knew, as I said, at 75 years old, that this would be a problem if he didn't nip it in the bud. Catherine, I've been told from a very well-placed source, basically feels, yes, she should have at least put out some kind of official statement regarding her hospital stay. I, for one, feel sorry for her, because you shouldn't have to. It's a private matter. It's nothing to do in the public domain. But the world that we live in, of course, means that everybody will continue to speculate. Majesty the King offering naturally his full support on whatever she wants to do. And as one can imagine, Camilla and, of course, the King, Queen Camilla, I should point out, are all very concerned, not just about Catherine, but of course about the Duchess of York too. Not having a bit of a hearty time at the moment, are they? But as the Queen said, Queen Camilla, on a recent visit, everybody goes through the same thing. We're all human, aren't we? Wise words as ever. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.